What's going on? I'm still recovering from this trip, so bear with me today. Alright. What's up, Adrian? T3 in the house. How you doing today? And T2 in the house. Thank you for the like. Appreciate that, whoever that was. And Sabrina Suburban Garden. Hello. Glad you all could make it. Adrian, I was the first one. That's right, Adrian. Now, let me see. Glad you all could make it. Adrian, I was the first. Howdy to you, Mr. Ben Wolf. How are you doing tonight? Excellent stream this afternoon with the sauces. Pretty sick. I didn't put my apron on first. I might just fucking free ball it. Pardon for the cussing. What's up, Shruti? How you do? Happy Monday, everybody. It's a wild clay day today again. Because as some of you know, I was off camping in the weekend. Over the weekend. And getting clay tomorrow. I'll get some fresh clay tomorrow. It's Ben. Thanks to all for watching, says Ben. Nice. Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you for doing them. Why don't you try streaming a little early so everyone can start the stream when it's time? Just the time it works out. I was going to go earlier today, but then I had to clean up some of my camping stuff and get the house tidied up and stuff. We didn't get to do that on the weekend. Ryder, I'm doing well. How are you doing? T2, can't stay for long. Just have to play a game with my nephews. That's totally cool. That sounds like a fun time. Enjoy it all the time you can get with your little nephews. I enjoy playing with my nieces and nephews too. And giving a hello to everyone. Nice. Wow, 25 people off the hook. That's insane. Well, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you for the likes too. Awesome. I left this clay just under a sheet to let it dry out a little bit, but not too much. So we'll see how well this goes, because last time it was really wet, really soft. So, but tomorrow, new clay. Everyone like if you want free food in the future. Free food for all. Been chewing the same piece of gum all day. You're like, what's her name? Veronica. What's her name? The blueberry lady. Blueberry girl from Willy Wonka. Well, I can't remember her name. I love that movie. I'm still recovering from my trip, so I'll blame it on that. How is your jaw not overwhelmed? Ben, are you going live or no? I think Ben did a live in the afternoon, so I'm not certain if he'll go live. I was live earlier, right? Yeah. Adrian, I've chewed gum for years. His jaws are made of steel. He's got the jaws of life. You know? Let's see. Now, what happened there, it was a dry spot. Oh, and it pulled all uneven. Look at that. You should see my jaw. Get rid of that. Pooey. Oh, yuck. Where's Sways? Happened again. Happened again here. Well, I will do that, eh? Yeah, I will. And to be honest, like I should have probably spent some time wedging this up, but I wanted to stream, and I also want to get to bed at a good time. I also want to catch a little bit of Kill Tony tonight, so I got a lot to do. And then just like all the cleanup, all the, you know, washing the camping stuff and hanging up the tent and all that. Just takes time. I just farting around because I'm so tired. All right, T2. Have fun. Have fun playing with your nephews. That sounds like a great time. New piece time, yeah. Oh boy, Kill Tony is on. Who's on the panel? I didn't actually see today. I didn't check. I just always have it in my mind, like Mondays, Kill Tony, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I didn't check, but maybe if you take a peek, you could let this boy know. That'd be pretty sick. Okay, let's see. I guess I can. Oops. There you go. I don't have to look at myself in 2 places. Oh, 10 likes already. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Oh, those were some gorgeous photos you took. Thank you very much. To be quite honest, most of those weren't my photos. They're just the one in the canoe. The rest were my buddies and my girlfriends. But that park is absolutely gorgeous right now. And we got there just in time because I bet in a week, like if we went next weekend, it would be all the leaves would have been falling. But like, man, when we were hiking up to Silver Peak, the just the vibrant yellow of the trees, it was insane. It was insanity. Hi, can you make an Uzi doorman? No, unfortunately, I don't have those kinds of skills. Those look like if you wanted to sell them, you could make tons off them. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I know that there's people with much nicer cameras that were doing the exact same hike that we did. But apparently, we took one of the hardest ways to get there, which I didn't know. But it could have been a much more relaxing hike. Okay, take 2 with the wild clay. I can already feel a hard clump. Let's just try to take it nice and easy. And we will not. How far was it from my house? It was like 4.5 hour drive to get to the park. How much money do you get for selling those? None. I don't sell anything. I just started pottery. This is the 24th day that I've been doing pottery. 25th, including one that last session, I guess, that I didn't stream. But I do not sell. I don't have a kiln. But thank you for asking. That's yeah. One day I might. You just never know. I may never. You just never know. Watch a brand new. Thank you for that. Ben Wolf. And if anybody's liking what I'm doing, but they want to see someone on the professional level, Ben Wolf Pottery in chat, definitely check him out. Ugg Chugs as well. He's a professional potter. How much would you sell them for? Oh, geez. I couldn't even say. That's how little experience I have. With the wild clay, it would probably be quite fragile, I would imagine. I really don't know. I don't really have enough experience. You would do it. I really don't have enough experience to like say how much anything is worth per se. So I didn't compress the rim at all. But that's a decent cylinder. Well, pretty flimsy. Yeah. How about $2? Well, not $2. I mean, these you could have for free. You just got to come find me first. $20 to $50. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah. To be honest, I probably wouldn't sell any of the wild clay stuff, anyways. But yeah, I really don't know. I guess yeah. I don't know if people care that I like processed it myself and did all that. I don't know if that costs extra. No. Move that. It's a little bit wonked, but I like it. People be mean these days. People have always been mean. what? I'm not following that. I don't know exactly. Are you saying I'm being mean? Yep. I didn't use the wooden knife. Oops. I can be real mean. Read above. How far is it from your house? And everybody likes you. Oh, thank you. I guess. I hope that's not true. That'd be boring. I hope people don't like me. Some people. Read above. How far is it from my house? That's the last thing, or yeah, 4.5 hours to drive there, and then in total to get to the peak with canoeing and everything, tack on another like 4 hours, something like that. What did I make? I don't know. A little cut. But thank you, Landon. I do appreciate the kind words, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I keep dropping my wire tool. Ugh. And I'm going against Ben Wolf's advice, and I'm pulling it towards myself. Or like, do you want to see some of the stuff I've made, Uzi? Because I've made stuff back there with like store-bought clay. That's a lot nicer, right, in my opinion. There was something else, but I don't know why it's not showing up. I don't know. Maybe it got auto-modded. That's my best guess, anyways. All right. Stream's over. If I drop my wire tool one more time, stream's over. Okay, call in here. There's not 40 people watching right now, are there? Wow. No, dude. Wang Dong, no, dude. You don't want to see it. All right. You don't have to see it. Or you can close your eyes and I'll show everyone else. Wang dong. Yeah, see, this is like... The one side of this is fairly tough and the other side is really soft, so... Let's see if I can do a little coning magic here on the wheel. Everybody likes you. All capitals. Well, Wang Dong doesn't like me. All right. I see what's going on. Yeah. Biggest fan. Uh-oh, look out. Check your iPad. Is it happening? I'm getting hacked. Happening? Uh-oh. For RO. Hey, how's it going? I think I'll have to like exit that. There we go.
Yo.
What's up, man? How's it going, Ben?
Good. How you doing, man?
Just chilling. We got quite
I don't see you, but
let's see. Fixed it.
there you are. Look at you.
Hey.
Two Potters in the stream together.
Finally. Kind of, sort of, pseudo. We're kind of.
Kind of. Hopefully, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to read the comments stuff for you.
I can kind of see them on my phone. That's about it. So everybody, especially you, Wang Dong, chill out. I'm new.
You got some trolls going on there, bud?
I don't know, like yeah, kind of talking about sweaty bullocks and stuff. Because his name's Wang Dong, and he said with two sweaty bullocks. I can't even say it.
Well, we can make some sweaty bulls.
That's right.
How you doing, man? Congrats on the 1 month making pots. That's
Thank
for
you, man. Happened fast.
I know. You're doing awesome with it, man. I'm totally psyched for you.
Thank
I hope
you.
everybody who's watching is psyched for Joel, too. If you don't know, he's 1 month in. I don't even know if anybody can hear me, but...
Can people hear Ben? Let me get... Ryder said Ben, so I feel like...
He can hear my voice. We're good?
I think so.
Well, I'm totally psyched for you, dude. Like,
Thank
when I
you.
first saw you coming into my stream, and then saw you in Ugg Chugs and this and that, and then to get to the point where you're at with 1 month, I'm totally psyched for you, man. So, yeah, I just hope you keep up with it and never give up with this, because we want to see you. Us Potters want to see you go from 0 to selling pots to a whole fresh cup of Joel's store.
That's the plan. That's the
That'd be
dream.
awesome.
That
That'd
is
be
the
awesome,
dream.
man. So you're rocking the wild clay tonight, huh?
Yep, out of necessity. I don't have any. Well, I say that, and then I look down and I actually see just a little bit of store-bought clay, but yeah, I don't know. I'd have to clean my whole splash pan and everything. And I'm getting more tomorrow. I'm actually going to get 100 pounds.
Yeah. And the more clay you buy from these companies, the cheaper it is.
Yeah.
So if you end up buying like 500 pounds, you'll get a discount.
Mm-hmm.
But has it been cold in there for you? Like, is it freezing yet up there?
No, not yet. There's been a couple nights with frost in the night, but like right now, our weather it fluctuates so much throughout the day. I'm sure it's similar down in Connecticut there, where it's just like the mornings are cold and then the afternoon, like you're basically wearing a sweater into work, walking out in a t-shirt, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
So
at the point where I was like, I don't know if anybody's told you yet that clay freezes. So you gotta bring in all your pieces of cake inside, because that'd be the worst thing if nobody told you yet. Dude, you gotta bring in all those pots that are drying into a warm room. Before it freezes. Even if there's a little bit of water in there, it'll crack them.
Yeah, because it'll expand when it freezes and just.
We call it poor man's dynamite in Connecticut.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Well, back in the day, the highways, they drill down in the ledge, and you drill a hole and you fill up the water and you cap it. So when it gets down to zero, well, for us, like 0 degrees, it would end up shooting a crack and just cracking off the ledge into the highway. So it was literally poor man's dynamite for the expanding. So if you're missing chat, dude, I'm sorry.
No, I don't know. This is so new. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know because I see some people. We can hear you loud and proud, says Adrian.
All right.
And then, hey, yo, what's going on here? Says hello, random. Well, Ben's on my iPad. He's going to start throwing, it looks like. And I'm throwing, so it's just a bit of a pottery party. Muirhead says, I hear Ben. Okay, good. So you are being heard. This is our workaround. He's on. We're doing a call on the iPad. So
it sounds. I'm like the caller in today. The old Opie and Anthony show.
That's right. Well, try to keep it a little more tame than them, but.
Oh, we definitely will. But it looks like you got that one going good. I can see it pretty decently here. So.
I tried to angle it down. It really sucks because the preview of my video is just a square, but you're seeing it like a full rectangle, no?
Yeah, and I just see myself up in the corner like a square, which is kind of nice. I hate looking at myself.
Yeah, no, That's why I like having the chat on my iPad, and I drag up the chat so I can't see myself because it I don't know, it gets to you. It's a little bit weird.
It's like you're making pots in the mirror.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like I'm not working on my form. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's like working out in the mirror.
Yeah.
But it looks like you're doing well, man. You're doing well with the compressing and the rem every time, and all your right now. What are you using? Probably a pound, maybe. Looks like. Maybe?
Yeah, poundish. I would say somewhere in that area. I'm not quite like there with my hands yet, but I try to grab, a similar amount. I grabbed like to start with. I don't know. This is probably more looking at like half to, it's not that much. But then this, I decided to grab a little bit more. But I made it a little too wide. Like this is basically like how high I can get the walls with this stuff without it wanting to collapse on itself. But I might do another pull.
Did you step out for that wild clay? Did you step it through a screen?
Yeah, so I did like 2 stages of levigation, and then I took that stuff and I put it through like a window screen. And then I dried it out in a pillowcase. So there's a little bit of grain to it, but it's honestly like not bad. Like, it's not too bad. I honestly was expecting it to be a lot worse. And depending on the chunk too, because I think I did it in batches, right? So a couple of batches I was a little bit rushed. But the whole purpose of this clay was to make projectiles for my shepherd's sling. But
which if some of the pots you don't like can still be that.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, I'll use them as a target, but we were gonna roll out, like I made a little roller. You put the clay in and you roll like a bullet. So you have like a standardized kind of weight to your projectile.
Oh, see, I'm thinking you could do projectiles and targets.
Yeah, no, I should. Let's see
awesome.
Wish we could see both. I know you guys tried it and it didn't work, says Hello Random. Yeah. We do. We wish the same. It's really, YouTube has to get their act together because there's quite a few of us who are trying.
I know. I tried it with Unchugs, and then I tried it with you, and you tried it with Muirhead.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I don't know the workaround. I work maybe like a Zoom or this Discord thing. I don't know if you can add more to one thing on it. I don't know if you can record this. You might be able to record our screens or something.
That's what I don't know is the record. Like where Zoom, I know has like a built-in recording function in it, so you could just straight up record like that whole call. But I guess people are kind of getting that I can't see chat too much because it's pretty chill. But I got 27 people apparently. That's kind of, it keeps blowing my mind that I'm even getting like 5. You know, I figured it would be like some of the other potters and like a couple of people from Ugchugs in your chat, but
you're interesting, man. It's saying that watching somebody. I didn't just mean that as a joke in any way. I literally am like, it's interesting to watch somebody starting from scratch on something because of what could be. So, like, in a year from now, where you're going to be, 2 years from now, where you're going to be, where I'm at, like, throughout my whole life from as far as I can remember, if I could watch from the beginning how it started, and to watch you where you're starting and how quickly you're getting this, that's why it's so intriguing.
Yeah, I don't
want to blow smoke up your rear end, but you're killing it.
Thank you. Every time I don't know how to like quite absorb when people are saying that because I am so new, I don't even know what to expect out of myself. So to hear it, it's always nice to hear that. But then at the same time, like, you know, I see people. I have really high expectations, I guess. I want to be like that smooth, you know, what you're doing there. But that I think is a good like goal to have, a good way to kind of, you know, envision it.
And this way of almost vlogging the whole thing by doing it live, it's interesting too because not only are you learning how to make pots live, you're also learning how to communicate back and forth with the people in the chat. Which is a whole different ball game than just making pots. So you're literally going all in, all at once, which is, like I said, I love the progression instead of just, here's me recording a video today of me doing it peacefully and quietly. No, you're getting bombarded with Patrick Swayze's behind you, and you're getting bombarded with this and that. So it's awesome to see, man. And I'm totally thrilled for you. And I know Muirhead is and Unchugs, everybody. I could speak for everybody on that.
Yeah, man. It's been a very good, like, good is an understatement, experience with all the support coming from you guys. And, like, all of you guys have lent me a hand in different ways. And it's all coming together, right? Like, and just like, I think, you were talking about, you know, old school potters, how at one point, like as an apprentice, or I don't even know, as like a pottery house worker, there would be a group of people who are just like setting clay out for the masters to work. And then they could just sit down and do it, right? Because they've seen it. They would absorb that, you know. Yeah. And honestly, like, I remember early watching you and Ugchugs where I wasn't even listening, mostly because I'm at work a lot, right, when I'm watching. So I wouldn't even be listening because someone would have walked in. I take my headphones out. But then, like, you know, I get a minute and I just watch you guys do a pull, like you guys centering, you guys whatever. And I think that's lended a huge hand to where I'm at right now, just the watching. But then like Muirhead doing that call, and like he kind of got me pulling walls for the first time, and I did really need someone to be there, like live, real time, telling me like, hey, this isn't quite right. This is, you know, try doing this. This is how you hold your hands, yada yada, right? So I see the benefit of both, really, right? Like if anybody's interested in doing,
there's two main kinds of learning, and it's finding that like which one you are as a human being, no matter what you're setting out to do. So say you're trying to play music, which I know you play a little guitar too. You know, is it reading notes, or am I listening for the song and trying to figure it out? So there's all those different methods, and for you to be able to watch and learn, like you mentioned with those older potters, they'd have a clay prepared. So not only were they just watching, they had that feel from wedging all the clay and getting all the clay ready for them. So they already had that feel of the clay. And they absorbed watching thousands and thousands and thousands of pots get picked up, made. They could feel the weight of them, what they need to be.
Yeah.
And then that moment when they switched over and were like, oh, okay, it just was already like embedded into their psyche of how to do it.
Oh, Muirhead said, definitely proud of you, Joel. Thank you, Muirhead. I appreciate that, man.
We all are.
Yeah.
We all are.
Man.
And honestly, I don't have anything to do with it. That's the proud of you thing is. I mean, laugh because somebody's like, "Oh, I'm proud of you." It's like, I didn't have anything to do with it. This dude is doing this all on his own. You're absorbing all of our stuff that we're saying to you, or we're chatting to you in the chats, and you're just absorbing it and you're doing it. Like I remember the one I was like, "Dude, grab a 5-pound piece." And you just did it. You threw that 5-pound piece.
And you know what? Part of that is watching you, right? Because you throw the bigger pieces, and I was just, I don't know how to phrase it. Like I was like, kind of, almost like mirroring what I saw you doing. Like,
that's it.
And I know it wasn't quite as, dare I say, graceful, because you do it really smoothly, But
well, it just goes. It just happens. You'll see. It's just gonna keep happening.
Yeah.
So it just goes up, and you pulled it up right. It looked like you had the right height on it. It looked like you used the right amount of clay. It wasn't like I'm not there, so I couldn't feel the bottom.
Yeah.
I didn't cut that piece because I wanted you to keep that one for going for it. But it looked like the walls, like. In looking at it, I was like, that looks like the right amount of height and everything that you're doing.
Right on.
No, we're just all psyched for you, man. Anything we can do to help as potters, to help you on your journey is definitely on our list to try to do.
Sorry, I'm getting
distracted. Chat, dude. Don't miss any chat. We don't want everybody subscribe to Joel.
Mira just said you're a quick learner. Thank you.
Very much so. Yeah.
I think it's
so exciting to watch.
I think it's like I really have fallen in love with this medium. Like using clay, it just kind of like watching you guys on lives. It just kind of clicked for me because I've always done different bits of art, like drawing and painting, and I did soapstone carving for a while and all this stuff. But then with clay, it's just a lot of the appeal was in the forgiveness, and I think knowing that I had just a natural safety net with clay allowed me to just lose that worry and just be able to focus. Where like when you're painting and stuff, maybe not painting, but like carving soapstone, it's a permanent thing. Once you've rasped that piece away, it's gone. Like you cannot put it back, right? With clay, it's just like, well, if I mess it up, and I do think too, just going into it being like I didn't end up doing it, but I was like, the first 100 pieces that I make, I'm cutting them in half. I think I got to like 30 or something. But from what I've heard from you guys and other people, like that's kind of the way to do it. Is just don't expect to keep your first pieces. Learn from the mistakes that you're making early on. And, I don't know. I don't want to be like, it's that Canadian in me, right? I don't want to be like, yeah, I am really good. I just want to be like, I think that lent a lot to the speed at which I progressed. Like, and just letting it be what it is. And when I mess up, you just scrunch it up and put it off to the side and move on to your next piece and just keep trying. You know, I've felt discouraged at times, but not enough to like not do pottery, but just like in a session or whatever, I'm like, oh man, I was really off tonight or whatever. But you know, that's kind of all to be expected in my point of view. I had the same thing with guitar, and you know.
Yep, and that's the wild clay happening right there for you right now.
Yeah, it's just.
I totally understand it, man. Like there's you'll say, oh, you have nights that are off and this and that, and you'll have nights that are crazy on. So it's kind of like that feeling. I don't know. Do you play darts? You ever play darts?
I have, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you ever shoot the basketball and you go, all right, I know this is going into hoop. I know it.
Yeah.
And then you do it. Or you know it's going to be a bullseye, and you do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what starts to happen when you're doing clay. And then if you could hone that in and make that happen for 98% of your pieces, as long as there's not a piece of stone in there, which almost looks like there is right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is out of your control, really. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Muirhead probably discussed this with you, but allowing your fingers to make a full rotation on every move you do is the real big one. So, like when you're doing the swirls, I saw you do the swirls, perfect, because that was making you do the opposite of that. But as you already figured out, you're letting it go every rotation, and it's bringing up that wall. And no matter what you do, as you said, you can always break down the pot, do it over. But the clay reacts the same way when it's on the wheel as it pertains to what we were just saying. So if you did an indent real quick, you'd have a dent. But if you held it there and went all the way around, you're going to have that same thing happen. So little tricks like that. And like I've told you, 100 times in the thing, compress that rim after every move.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones for me.
I did notice a big change in like the evenness of the walls after doing that, because I would kind of have a thick base and then it would be okay, and then it just tapered off to like nothing, right? Which isn't really what you want. Like as far as like I'm sure some people that's what they go for or whatever, but that could probably, I don't know, it could lead to issues in the kiln and stuff. I have no idea with that. So
so if it's thicker at the bottom, when it gets to the point in the kiln, that means that there's that much more water to expel out of that pot to become bone dry to be able to fire. So, having it be equal thickness in the bottom and all the way up. Yeah, make sure you get your chat in.
I'm just seeing if there's anything unkosher, but it seems all like very nice stuff. People saying, hey, Master Gaming saying, hey. He said he's like me when I learned how to ski. Oh, nice. You ski? That's cool. I used to ski when I was a kid. Broke my collarbone and then gave it up. Adrian saying, hey, T3. David saying, blessing. Welcome in, David. Arnell doing some football facts or something. I don't really know. I don't know anything about sports, really. Sorry, man.
You're not even into hockey up there?
No, not I. Not this guy. I used to be more, but I just can't sit and watch a game. Like, I don't know.
You're going to realize, though, dude, when you get to the point where you're making more pots, hockey jerseys are the best thing to wear for clothing because the arms are cut off. Like, see how this is a hoodie. And I cut that hoodie that I have on always that's filthy. I cut it right there, right at the elbow. So it's a little longer than a t-shirt because it's cold. Yeah. But it also leaves your arms just like how you have yours pulled up.
Yeah. It does get a little bit uncomfortable though as the night goes on, having that tight.
It's gonna cut your circulation off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great pull, man.
Thank you. I thought, that was a good one. I'm gonna clean some of the water out of here, and then I'm gonna try doing a rib pull, which I think you've said it before, but I was watching Florian Gatsby, who's like I've really enjoyed his videos too, but he doesn't do any lives or anything. But he was talking about with really soft clay, or in general too. And this, I wasn't doing this. I was like bringing these together. But he said if you rest the rib a little bit out and push into it from inside out, that it helps you with more fragile clay like this. So that's what I kind of tried it on my last one.
And before you go with this one, you see how my fingers are flat like this? Try going down and pushing in to the inside wall ever so slightly so you can feel. So go down and just like push out with your finger, and it'll just push into that wall ever so slightly so you can feel what you have left to grab.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so then after you do that, make sure you got enough water, and then you have enough water and push up that rib, hold it somewhat steady, let it go into it. But that gives you the amount that you can grab into that rib. See what that just did?
Yeah, yeah. I can feel like I'm pulling that ridge up. It actually added height there too. Yep.
There you go. There you go.
Nice.
I didn't know how to put that into words in a
Man, that's a
big one.
Yeah.
Every time, and you can do that every move. So you can push in like that, like you're pushing away into the bottom, but keeping it flat, but pushing in, and that will create a spot for you to be able to feel, to grab.
All right.
And you can do that with the lift too, with your fingers, not only with the rip.
All right.
But that's a good way to get that bottom.
So you go out like this, and then you just find that, like, because I pull on the side, right? But you like to go in. I don't know.
It's just a setup move.
Yeah.
So I push in and just make a little ridge so I can feel how much is left in that.
All right.
And then it just comes naturally. So sometimes you'll see my hands down and they're just doing something. And that's what I'm doing. Like instead of pulling or pushing with my left hand, I turn it and I kind of push outward instead of pull inward.
Right on.
And that just creates a little bit of space where you can grab that clay, which you just did.
That was a much more like, I could feel the ease on the clay for sure. Like, because sometimes I can feel the torque, right? Like on the inside when I was bringing them two together and just lifting, but having even doing like a pull, I was doing a pull and using the rib, and I didn't really feel any torque. Like it's kind of like the clay freezes on your fingertips just for a second, and you know that you're pulling it, like instead of letting it go through your fingers or past your finger. I don't know if that made any sense.
Right. No, that makes complete sense. And what the big trick is, a lot of potters I see, and you're not doing it, you're doing a really good job of it. A lot of potters go too fast on the wheel because they think that speed will help. But actually slowing the wheel down brings in way more torque. It's just like if you're going to go wheeling in a truck in the woods. You're not going to go fast over those rocks. You need to go real slow.
Yeah.
And the slower the wheel, the more torque, which sounds crazy, but it's true.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
You probably feel it.
Yep. That's a big thing too. When I was on, like, Muirhead was giving me that lesson, and he said he just got me to shut my eyes and do coning. And it kind of like got me, and that's why I think I can look at chat as much as I do, even when I'm doing a little pull, even though, I don't have the success rate of some of you guys doing it, but, I can feel what's going on rather than, and I think that is like a little bit more valuable maybe than being able to like look at it. Well, he was kind of saying like your eyes kind of trick you. And I think, part of it is you're getting too much information where this is all you need. Like you really just need, if you could feel it, your fingertips are so sensitive, right? That's also what got me away from, I was doing like palm pulling. Like I was like putting my hand in and like pulling up my hand like this rather than like, you following up with my fingertips. And I started to prefer using my fingertips because I have more feeling there. Like I could really, like that's where I started feeling the torque and stuff. So once I started doing that.
So that's the other trick too. So when you're pushing out and you're doing a lift, what you want to do is you want to leave some space in between those fingers instead of going right at them together. So the space in between, especially with big pots. So say when I'm doing like a 25-pound pot, I'll leave that amount of clay in between, and I'll push out, and I'm literally picking that whole amount up. So like the more space that you put in between, the more clay you're going to move. So if you have so say with that pot, it's a 1 pound pot. You want to leave like a half an inch to an inch. Where between your left hand push and your right hand push.
Okay.
And it literally, as you bring it up, you're literally picking up the clay.
Oh, hi Raven. Sorry, I'm talking with Ben Wolf. I hope everyone can hear it okay. I really do. I really like this is a good conversation, and yeah, it's nice. I think this finally happened too.
I wish everybody could like see us so we were able to get back and forth in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not messing up your stream tonight, buddy.
Oh no, not at all. Because like, I don't even think there's no way to mess up this stream because there's nothing. It is nothing. Like it's just me doing this, so it can only add. You know what I mean? Like, even though it's like a little bit weird or whatever, I honestly couldn't really care less. Like I'm just because the whole point of me starting this, right, was just to be able to interact with other potters and people who help me want to do this in the first place. So like even if people are like, not enjoying themselves so much in chat, no offense, guys, but it's not really a big deal to me.
Everybody hit the like button, you awesome guys. Subscribe. Oh man, no, I hear you, and yeah, I hope it's so tough because like when you first start, when you want to try to help somebody, like whenever I've helped, say my niece, she's 12 years old, and I'm trying to lure her into the pottery, and I will she was having problems centering, so I centered it. I said, well, now feel that. So then I uncentered it basically for her, and then she went back to do it. So having to do this in person is so much different than doing it on this. So this is a new experience for me too.
Yeah.
But and just hanging with you and watching what you're doing has been great. And watching, so yeah, with the centering thing too, I always notice you're going like this.
Kind of. So I'm letting it come in to my palm. Yep. But then I'm just using this as like a bit of a guide, but I'm not really using this hand much at all. A lot of it is I'm bringing like the bottom, I'm kind of pinching my hand a little bit like that, and the clay's just like rising up out of it. But I've just kind of found like naturally I'm like putting my hand there,
Okay, so with bigger pieces, and you can try with this smaller one, try pushing with your left hand and pulling with your right hand.
Oh.
So like this movement.
All right.
So try doing that and pulling, and then while that's happening, go like this with your hands. Turn them like this. So go like you're pulling towards you and you're pushing. Oh. You feel that?
Yep. So
see what happened there?
Yep.
It went a little wild on you. You see what happened though?
Yeah.
That's how you move. So if you had a 10-pound piece of clay,
that's how you get there.
And you're going like this. You're using straight up pectoral muscles.
Yeah.
That's all you're using is your chest. So when you're doing it with bigger, you're pushing and you're pulling. So you're using your back, your biceps, and everything, and you're pulling.
Diversify the muscles.
You're also using your weight. So that move right there will literally center anything for you down the road when you get up into bigger pieces.
Which now, yeah, with the like the one bag I want to turn into, I think 4-pound pieces. Like the 5-pound was really cool, but I do want to like have a couple big chunks in like, except for Wednesdays because I'll be doing like hump day. I'm throwing off the hump every Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just went. I like the
hump day.
Yeah, on hump day. I just thought it worked. And it's a good skill to have, apparently, from what I see. And there's this one guy, Earth Nation Ceramics, and he throws off the hump regularly just to do his regular stock.
Yeah.
And I just went, I want to know how to do that. That's basically this whole thing is I want to know how to do that and then trying it. And it went pretty well the first time. So, and the second time was a little bit better, and it'll only get better, you know.
I don't have as much experience doing off the hump. I've done it like a few times in my life. I did it for little tiny pots because my hands are big. Like you can't tell because we're in a different country. I could palm a basketball. These hands are too big to do little ones. So doing it off the hump is the best thing for me to do. Little tiny, like quarter-pound pieces or something. But yeah, I really. There's a specific point where you're going to get to where you're like, maybe those half-pound pieces, maybe the 1 pound or 2 pound will fit your hand better.
Yeah.
And you're going to find that those are easier to throw. So.
And you know, for like a 6'2" guy, 6'3" on a good day, I have really small hands. Like they're like little tiny little mitts. Nothing I can do about it. I don't know if I don't know if it'll translate, but.
It's a video. Yeah, I got you though.
They are just unusually small, I would say, but no, I'm not like embarrassed about it or nothing. It just is what it's just it is what it is. And it doesn't mean anything.
You do it too though, so you just did what I told you to do in previous feeds with that T.
Yeah.
What I was always trying to describe with that T is it pushing in, and like I said, that one I just told you push and you pull to lift. And when that cone's up there, using this part of your hand, your palm, which your hand's getting scraped up, and I don't know, you said your hand's getting scraped. I don't know if you can see right there. Do you know how much hair grows right there? People say, why is there so much hair on that part of your hand on both my hands? It's because it's been ripped off and it's grown back super thick. Well, I don't know if that's really why, but I think there's something to hair getting ripped off and it growing back at least thicker.
Yeah.
Maybe not doubling up, but thicker and stronger. Because it does. It gets ripped up right there. But doing that T is like a huge thing. Mm-hmm. And especially once you do, like, say you got a 10-pound piece of clay and you're getting it to that point where you do the push, the pull, the lift, you got into a cone. Then you use your forearm.
I did that. I did that for that 5-pound. I remember that's like stuck in my mind. Yeah, definitely. That was such a big change. Like as soon as you said that, and I was like trying it, and then I did it, and you're like, yes, that's it. And then I was like, okay. And then that works so much better. Like I was really just like, right, and then you can just kind of like lock your arm and like lean in. It works.
You use your weight. You have to use the tools we have, and it's like my father always said, "Let the wheel do the work." And it was like that makes total sense, but it's also you let the easiest parts of the body do the work too, because you saw what happened when I was like with that 5-pound pot. I was like, dude, grab one of your pieces of 2x4 or one of the things that you put the bats on to use as a rib, and you push right up against it, and you made a perfect pot out of it. It was like, there you go. It's like, think outside of the box. Like literally, like, if you're looking at work, look around and be like, could I use that as a rib? Could I use that as a rib?
Yeah.
You know, things with, because there's 3 main things you can do, and you already know this, I think. You can do your straights, which are straight. Yeah. Your arch, which arches out. And then your domes, which curl in. Mm-hmm. So you've gotten the straights, and you've gotten the arches, and I've seen you do some doming in. That doming in is a whole different ballgame. Yeah. I see when I'm doing the vases, it's like
and if I said like the belly out and collar in, are those the same things? That's exactly what you're talking right on.
Same, just different.
Just different words, yeah. And that's kind of the. Where I've struggle's maybe a big word for it, but I've been confused the most is when watching all these different potters from all over the world, and people are saying the same thing, but they're just using different language, and it's kind of like, it can be a bit of a mind effort. So, 1 second.
And as I joke with you, I have the vernacular of a woodchuck, so I'm going to tell you the basic arch, straights, and domes. That could be belly out. That could be this, that.
No,
so many different there's so many different adjectives to describe one thing. Just that's why the whole English language is so messed up, because there's there, and there.
Yeah.
There's word. There's this and that. So yeah, there's so many different words meaning the same exact thing, but you're getting it, man, and you're doing a stellar job here. And what I have noticed, and I haven't been able to type it correctly, is to set up, like I said before, that push in for that move right now would be good too on the base. Like why I told you to push out.
Yeah. All right.
Just to set up a little bit. And not only that, if you take your thumb on the outside now and you just cut away a little bit of piece of clay.
Around the rim like that? Can you see the full...
On the base, yep, on the base.
Yeah, down here.
Just cut away just a little bit. And that now when you go to lift that, you're going to feel how much clay there is to move right there. Did you feel it?
Oh, yeah. It sets the wall thickness, right? Kind of idea?
See how much you just moved?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if that pot messes up. Who cares?
No.
No. Here's the deal with all this. If that pot flops and everything, all that's telling you is that you're moving more material than you're used to.
Right. Yep.
So, and with this clay, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say that I definitely I'll try that. I'll see what happens with, because every little section of this, I just grabbed a big hunk off my little desk over there, and every section has been very different. And when I went to throw, like this piece, which is I think that was the second one I did or something, second or third. Like this was all very homogeneous, and then this one had a bunch of lumps and bumps in it, and you can kind of see that in the finished product how it's all kind of all over the place. And same with this one, it's not the greatest, but this really doesn't have that much of a structure to it, like a good, and I don't know, because you've made your own clay and stuff, if I'm recalling. Like that's
only a few times, man. I haven't done it all. I used to mix up clay in a clay mixer, so we get bagged dry clay.
Oh, so it was as far as the because I know there's a bunch of different additives and stuff. Like there's a bunch of different minerals and whatever, and I would love to kind of get to know that stuff, but at the same time, I'm more focused on just the wheel, right? But
No, I got you, and that's going to come to the point where what happens? You're going to need to start thinking about that stuff once the kiln comes into your life.
Yeah.
Because the clay you just threw with, I'm guessing, will be a low fire red earthenware. Oh, Canadian moment.
Losing my cookies.
I don't know. I had a live stream and you said something about that's the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah. I lost it. That was too funny. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Oh, the kiln, right. I was like, that's where they cook or they bake the cookie from Bruce Almighty. That's right.
Yeah, and we literally missed Hello Random made the best comment. It was the line from that movie. From the old lady, I forget what it was. See if Hello Random's still even watching.
I did see them a while ago. Hello Random, do you remember what Ben's talking about during that kiln stream? Him and his dad, and it was a Bruce Almighty quote. You thinking?
Bruce Almighty, just say cookie crumble. Bruce Almighty, Hello Random.
Yeah, Hello Random. Yeah. Come on, chop. But actually, let me see if I can. Oh, hello, lovely Rosita. Thank you for popping in. We got a bunch of... Random was just here not that long ago. Adrian said, Ben, you were making me sleepy. Skylar, hi. Welcome in, Skylar. Got a lot of activity.
Oh, man. Well, I hope if Hello Random's listening and watching, I hope they can type in the line.
They find rats, so we make cookie for the children. That's right.
That's what it was.
That's
I
it.
can't believe they're still watching and heard it. Okay,
That's
good.
beautiful. Yeah, right. That's like he's interviewing the lady about why they did it.
We made cookie for them.
They found rats, so we make big cookie.
We found rat. We need to shut down. We made big cookie.
Man, that movie. What's the the day I believe that the day a monkey comes out my butt, and then he's like, well, that day would be today. And then, oh man, Jim Carrey is he's always
there
been a
you
little.
go. You got Jim Carrey as a fellow Canadian.
That's right. Yeah.
This is a Canadian stream, everybody. You got some New Englander calling in his first call-in.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm your first call-in, right?
That is a fact. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this now that you mentioned it.
Now you're thinking about it. What did you get yourself into?
Man, that's big. That is big. The twisting like that.
Yes.
And you're twisting opposite the wheel. Yeah, man, that's.
It's pulling and pushing at the same time. See how it just flew right up?
Yeah. Because
who cares if it has anything in it? Now do that T, go back down and try it again. But that whole movement right there is just literally that's a game changer because most people don't tell you that.
Yeah.
They say keep your left hand steady, push into it. With all that you're doing right there is literally using your shoulder and your chest muscles. So like potters that don't do that move, you can see they have a very strange stance. All of us potters have a stance. Like you can tell. It's like we've been carrying stuff our whole lives in buckets. Yeah, you're missing some shit.
I just saw a bunch of Canadian flags. Hella random. I think just dumping Canadian flags in there. Oh, Canada. That's right.
Hey?
Eh?
See what happened right there again? No, you just did it again.
Yeah. I've been wondering too, because like both you and like Chad, right? Like, and Chad just does it like he only cones once usually. But just watching him, like it's like one quick thing that he does, and boom, there's a cone, and I'm like, why is it taking me as much time as it's been taking me? But that there is like.
It's a lot different, and the reason why mine's a lot different, like, is he's doing 1 pound mugs.
Yeah,
so
it is.
You can get away without coning.
Yeah.
The coning is just an extra wedge on the wheel, basically, is how I talk about it. Like, instead of wedging your clay, every time you cone up, you're literally just getting all that air out again. So it's another wedge. But that movement right there, like you're saying, you could literally take, I could do that with one hand with 1 pot, or with a 1 pound pot.
Yeah.
I could cone it all out with just one hand, hold it there and do it. And yeah, that works. So when it gets up into the higher amount, which I know you're going to want to go towards.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing more satisfying than making a bigger pot than the last one.
Yeah.
There really is.
That was like, that was such a high point of the stream. Like, I think that was like day 13 too. And it was just like, I was elated. Like the next day, because like usually the missus is asleep or like up in bed and chilling. So I didn't want to go in and be like, you won't believe what I just did. And she, honestly, it's funny because like she wants to learn how to do it, but she's definitely not like, how people are, when I was talking about the ring and stuff, is she going to be watching the stream and all this? I'm like, nope, I can almost guarantee you, because it's just not she's just not that interested. She likes it. I think that she'll have fun doing it, but it's not like we're both like doing pottery all the time, but I am excited. I got to get her out here. Is that it's,
you're gonna need 2 wheels because you'll be fighting over wheel time.
Yeah. What the next? I think an electric wheel too. Like with this clay, it's really not that big of a deal because it's so soft. But just like coning and stuff with that, with this wheel, with the store-bought clay, it just slows it right down, and it can be pretty. That's where I kind of get the most frustrated because I'm like, oh man, like when something goes wrong because of like the nature of the wheel, that's where I'm just like, oh man, like I was doing so well, but then it got too slow on me. Part of it too is the juggling, chat and everything, and not necessarily paying as much attention as it deserves, like the speed of the wheel deserves.
Right. So I didn't realize that. So that wheel is slowing down. It's going to a specific speed and then slowly slowing down.
Yeah. So like there's like a little motor underneath the seat, right? So I push that down. It has a loose drive wheel on it. So the drive wheel will like slowly get it up to speed, and then I'll hear it when it kind of stops that ringing sound. That basically means that the wheel is going as fast as it will go from the motor. And then I take the motor off, and then I do what I have to do. But if I keep it on at certain steps, it goes way too fast, right? So it's finding that middle ground and try to,
It's like an electric kick wheel.
It really is. It really is. And a lot of times I do like kick it a couple times, just to get it up to where I want it faster. And but that's also bitten me before when I've done that when I'm trying to do something else and it doesn't go so hot. But
so that's going to be a big game changer when you get a electric wheel that is steady. Like, so this one is a Shimpo. They've gone over they sold their company, and it's now being made by Nidec, I think they're called. And they're really good wheels, but like earlier Shimpo is the first one that I had. I was throwing, I think, like a 12-pound piece or something like that, and I was doing that move that I was just showing you, pushing and pulling, and I leaned into it with my elbow, and I stopped that wheel dead. Like, I pushed so hard that thing stopped dead, and I was like, oh no, and I let go, and I go fast, and I go down and slow it down, and this and that. So once you get a wheel that's strong enough to keep going and give you that equal speed and torque the whole time, it's going to be another game changer.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that's what was going on, but I didn't really get to talk to you about it. But it looked like it to me. But now confirming it, that's
Which I'm kind of glad that I'm learning with something that's a little bit more unique like this. Not only because it's like just kind of cool, but then also I think it's setting me up for better success when I get something that's has a more standard speed to it. Like I can just like an electric pedal where you set it, and obviously the more torque you put on it, whatever, you'll have little variations in speed. But it's not just like winding down to nothing over time. You know what I mean? Like it's not just slowing down. Like
right. And the foot pedals are great. I can throw with them. My dad cannot throw with a foot pedal, so we just did a teaching thing up on Cape Cod.
Right. Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, and he had to put the foot pedal up on the splash pan and push it down by hand to get it to speed, because we have stick shifts.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
So there's no foot.
Oh.
I lost it.
Now you're back. Is my camera gone?
Yeah, the camera's gone. That's all right.
Boom. That was weird. Just a little bit of a blip. I'm getting hacked. All right, we got people chatting with each other there. That's good.
Well, I can get off of there and you can chat with your people if you want. But I just figured it'd be really nice to talk with you in person like this.
Yeah,
enjoy it live. That way, it didn't cut into your live experience by being able to document everything, all you're throwing live. I think this is if you get to even do this with Muirhead and talk with him, I think that's brilliant. Just that way, it's always you don't really skip a beat on a day for your YouTube, because you can look back years from now when your hands have carpal tunnel from doing this, and you can watch it. You go, oh, this was day 455.
Yeah, man. That's like the real, like, I'm really looking forward to the day when I'm like, 365. Well, I don't go every day, so it won't be 365. But the 1 year mark and then being able to go back and watch day one like that, to me, is kind of the whole reason of doing this. I think it'll be such a cool experience.
I think it's great because the only thing I have, I've shown you as far as showing people in the chat. I don't know if I showed you.
A
picture of me at 3 years old. But if there was that's because in the 80s there was no cameras, or there was camcorders on VHS tapes, but you had to be a rich kid to get one of those.
Yeah.
Or comparatively, so. But yeah, dude, to be able to do this and to be able to document it, that's just in my head, that's just like so cool because there's no doubt. People ask me, how many pots you made in your life? It's like, dude, I have no idea. I go back to my taxes and say how much I made.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many pots that was. Like that, I have no clue. So for you to be able to go back and actually, you honestly could count the pots that you've made, which is going to be one of the 1,000 questions, obviously, that you get if you haven't gotten it already doing these lives.
Well,
how many pots have you made in your life?
Something I've realized too is it doesn't show the title if people are coming to my stream through shorts. They have no idea that it's day 24 today, right? Or whatever it is. Like, 24.
Right.
So I get asked, like, even before you called, there's someone being like, well, like, how much would you sell these for? I wouldn't sell these personally. Like, but like, how would they know? But it's also really flattering because if they're asking that they must think that, I'm somewhere in the ballpark of being able to sell these. So.
And it's a motivating thing. So
yeah,
kind of like what you said with when you were cutting your pots down and stuff. On my journey when I was younger, my dad did keep my little ones when I was a little kid. So I have ones from like when I'm like 1, 2, 3 years old, maybe up to 4 years old, and then from then on, when I started doing it more serious in high school. I was spoiled. We were spoiled. My dad had that's awesome pot right there.
Yeah, it's looking good.
I can see. My dad had a play mixer and a pug mill. So we would I'd make a pot and I'd make like 10 of them. And then we go and say, all right, this one looks like it's a little thin, a little thick, this and that, whatever. This one looks great, this one, whatever. But we take all the stuff and throw it back in, and I did that for so long. And not only that, it created done.
It flopped though.
You can make a heart out of it for your lady.
I'll try here.
But creating a non-attachment to the pieces you make is tough too, because there's so many people that I've said it to other people too. Like, do you know how many masterpieces have been painted over because the artist was like, I can't stand this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So we all do that, and in our own way. We'll make the pots or whatever, mix it, like, we can break it down and to reclaim it, blah blah blah. But really, what that's teaching you too is not only how to make the thing, but it's also teaching you not to be so attached to the item for in the future if you were ever able to sell these, because your girlfriend or whoever, your wife, whatever it is going to go, oh, I want that one. It's like, okay, but are you going to want the one pen more like in the future? Mm-hmm. Because you want that one now.
And like, part of it too is like, they're beautiful, but at the same time, it's just a mug or it's just a cup. Like, it's not, for me, it's the process that I'm really enjoying. the final piece. That's why it's hard for me to be like, even contemplate. Oh, I said that really.
I gotcha.
Contemplate. When people ask me like, oh, how much is this worth? The same thing goes, like I do laser engraving. I have a laser engraver, so I'll make gifts and stuff for my family, and they're like, and people at work, I'll make them like cottage signs and all this stuff. And they're like, how much do I owe you? I'm like, I had a blast doing it. Like, I don't really even need the money. But often it's like, and they'll give me like $50, and I'm like, that to me, I'm like, I don't think that it's even worth it. But then you go online, and I probably could have said like $150, and it was actually like not a bad price. So
if you went on Etsy, it would be a lot of money to get that. So take that $50, say, all right, no problem, and buy some clay with it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's right. Yeah. Well, I really can't wait to get a kiln. Like
whatever you want, if you want to. If you don't, whatever. But if you want to, fine, I'll take it and buy clay with it.
Yeah.
That's and then you'll get to the point with that when you can do the same thing. When you can get a kiln going, everybody's gonna want. You're only gonna get to do this once. I don't know if you celebrate holidays, celebrate Christmas. I don't know what you do.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So my family celebrates Christmas commercially, basically. So you can do like you can get away like 1 year giving away pots. After that, when it's your job, people are like, dude, why are you? They don't say it, but some people will be like, I want your pots. And you're like, okay, I'll do that. But it also gets to the point where if you ever get to the point selling, then you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Now you want the biggest pot I could make? You want that for a Christmas gift or a holiday gift, whatever it may be? Like, come on. You realize how much this is for me to do? And as you know, buying clay, it's not cheap, is it?
No. Surprising, like, well, I don't know. My buddy was like, when he posed the idea of the clay projectiles and whatnot, he was like, oh, it's so cheap. It's really like, it's not that much, blah, 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 blah. And maybe for like a block, it might not seem like that. But now that I'm like making stuff, and, you pay $50 Canadian. I don't know what that is. It's probably going to be less, but however much less.
I think so. Yeah, you guys are more. I'm not good with the Forex stuff.
Yeah. It's like, what? I don't know. I see the stuff that I have made over there, and I'm like, well, I would definitely make my money back, but then I still haven't glazed these. I still haven't put them in the kiln once or twice, and I haven't lost any pieces to the point where like I couldn't reclaim them in this sense. I understand you can crush it up and use it for grog and whatever as well.
Yeah.
I don't know can you do that with glaze pieces as well? Like all like final. It's really just bisqueware.
Because glaze if you turn glaze into grog, that will literally you'll have glaze on the inside of your pieces.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, glaze is glass. Mm-hmm. So you'll be throwing little particles of glass right into your hands.
I don't want to make that mistake for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a bad joke to play on potters if you want, to throw a beer bottle smashed up into their clay, but I wouldn't recommend playing glass or trying to use it as grog. But yeah, bricks, you can smash bricks to mix up into grog. As long as it's fine done. But yeah, you did that pull, and it's.
Yeah. I kind of bent my fingers in there, but I'm gonna. Yeah, there we go.
It's like the push and the pull. And then somebody's going to be like, what's going on in this live?
Yeah. Can you make a dildo?
Do you like cookie dough or do you like
dildo? Dude, that's a class. I think that was TRX's like first chat in your, and I saw that.
Was that TRX? All right.
Yeah, I think it was.
TRX, you got it. I don't know these things, dude. I'm so not, like, I don't know acronyms well. I don't know any of this stuff. You're like, dude, I don't even know if Ben knows what that means. I had to look it up the other day before I deleted something out of moderating your thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. It doesn't sound bad to me. And you look it up, you're like, all right, so they're referring to something perverted here.
Yeah.
I find it all hilarious to me. There's not much you can do to. You can't say much to me that I haven't said to myself. So.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've never thought about it like that, but yeah, I definitely, and like, I don't know, it's just weird, man, because like, at this point, I don't really care. But if I was ever monetized, that changes the game, because you can start getting channel strikes and stuff, not for what people chat necessarily, but like if you were to say, like repeat something and someone's trying to get you to like, through odd spelling, say some kind of slur or whatever, that's a channel strike, and 3 of those, and your channel's gone. And that
I know, and I've seen a few comments come in luring me to say something. If I have, so that's the big trick is you're making pots. You're also reading chat. So, but you have to read the chat first and then say it again. So it's this whole thing that people don't understand that what we're doing here. And some people are like, he's not reading my thing. It's like, well, I obviously have to make these pods. I have to look over. I have to read your comment and then read it again out loud if I've deemed it to be okay, all within a millisecond.
right?
So
yeah.
it's really hard to do.
It is. It's a whole juggling act. It's insane. And like, I'm not even, like you're doing it for your job. So like, on one hand, you kind of have like an amount. Like I can just stop doing whatever I'm doing and chat for 10 minutes, but like it's not so easy for you or Ugchugs to do something like that because you're doing your job. Like you got to get a certain quota done, whether it's like a hard number or like, oh, I'd like to get this relatively like between 20 and 25 or whatever it is. But like, and I've kind of noticed like sometimes, depending on kind of what like what you're doing, like it's just, and this is just an observation. This isn't like, I don't believe that any live streamer has an obligation to keep up with chat. I think it's a bonus when people do that. But depending on some of the pieces, right, it's just chat just goes by, and sometimes chat's just fast. Like it just gets heavy. Like it just starts flying by. But like the Japanese style pots, when you're curling them in and stuff, it takes your focus right. Like you look at the piece for whatever it is, 10, 15 seconds. It takes 30 seconds. It's hard for me to. Don't have a. You have to, yeah.
Flower pots I can kind of look away from because that's just my.
I've seen you complete. I've seen you do a whole flower pot like. Minus maybe adding the like a rope pattern, like using one of your rollers, but basically do it start to finish with looking at the piece for maybe like 5 to 10 seconds in total, and the whole thing takes you a minute, right? Like I've seen it.
Yeah. I mean, that's not that because it's become second nature. Like the wheel and the clay literally just become a part of you, an extension of what you're doing. Just like it would an instrument, or musical instrument, or if you're like drums, like you were saying, play drums earlier. I was like, oh, that would have been great to do, but yeah, so it's just an extension of like your body in a way once it comes to a certain point. But when I'm doing the vases, they have to be. I have to leave the flower pots a little bit thicker than my vase. My vases have to be thicker.
Mm-hmm.
That's because they're going to be art. They're going to be more so considered art, more so than a trade item. So the flower pots I have at a specific thickness, and I have the vases a specific thickness.
Which, by the way that those came out of the firing, beautiful pieces, man. The colors were, yeah, that was insane. Like because I was kind of fading hard last night, obviously after the trip, So I popped into your live for a little bit, and then I was like, I got to try and go to bed. But all I could think about is, like, I want to see that premiere. Like, I want to be there. Because I saw it pop up on my notifications, and I went to click on it, and then it's, like, going, premiering at whatever. And I was like, shit. Like, I wanted to watch that right now because I thought I was going to be asleep by then. But I was so glad to be there, and, like, dang. Like, that was beautiful. They were beautiful pieces, dude.
Thank you so much, man. And honestly, that's a lot of my dad's glazes. What's really cool about those and why they came out so cool is the ingredients in those glazes aren't even mined anymore. So my dad literally has a small little hoard of these special glazes that aren't even mined. So the brown has Albany slip. Albany slip it was dug out of the river. So, and they don't mine Albany slip anymore. They have an Albany slip substitute, just like Ugg Chug's, black ones here. And, like this one I show all the time. That's an Albany slip substitute, but we have actual Albany slip. The other ones contain Barnard, which isn't mined anymore, which is within that wood ash drip glaze. And they have a substitute for that, but it's not the same thing,
Yeah. Man, this one's going a little bit haywire.
It is going. It's going.
Like that guy.
They like it. They like it. All the hearts come up when you smash it. Yeah. Whip against that door.
Yeah, honestly. I've been thinking about, like, throwing pieces at the back wall there a couple times, but I'm gonna wait. Anybody in chat, I guess there's 17 people, I'll ruin the surprise, but that's certainly, I want to start doing that in the summertime because I could just bring the hose in and spray it down. I just got dirt floors in here, and I just want to, like, if I'm having a piece go like that, I just want to surprise people. I want to be really calm and then be like, what the heck? And just whip it at the wall.
It'd be such good shorts. You can cut that down into too, man.
Yeah. That's something I gotta do.
Canadian Potter loses it.
Canadian.
I had so much fun mixing that short,
dude. I was from the very first time, even because like you were mentioning with the iPhone, for whatever reason, it comes in all baloney. Like it doesn't look good at all. But I was laughing the whole time from the very first time. And some days I still just pull it up because I think, like, for me, it's the I don't know. I was just having a great time that night. I was really feeling it. But the cut-in when I'm tripping on the canoe, it just makes me laugh every time. I don't know what it is. It just gets me. I was like,
the
man.
whole thing, it was just like while it was happening, I'm like, I could envision all these little moments. The next morning I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm taking the next 2-3 hours and I'm going to go through every little bit. I'm going to screenshot this, and I just did every little bit of one. I was like, I have to do this to him. My wife comes out, she's like, oh, don't be mean. I'm like, I'm not being mean.
No, not at all, dude.
He's going to think I'm being mean at first, and then he's going to see it and go, oh, this is you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's you.
Yeah.
That's who I think you are. And I don't know because we haven't met in person, which I hope to someday.
Yeah, man.
But as far from communicating with you, as we joked, internet pen pals, I'm pretty sure that is who you are. At least that's what comes across in the live.
Dude, I am. Yeah. So that is it. It's weird because that's who I am with my best friends. Just being that silly, But at work and stuff, I'm probably considered one of the more boring people because mostly because I don't want to share. I don't want to share with these people, right? They're kind of all, no offense if anyone's watching, a-holes.
Yeah,
so
your boss is watching.
I hope so. I'm quitting. This is my job now, buddy. Yeah, that's right. No, but even I don't know, there's only 2 or 3 people at work who even care that I'm doing the pottery. I work with 2 people who I consider my good friends. So That's kind of always nice. We don't work in the same position or anything, but honestly, I can see it in people's faces when they're just like, I get it. You like pottery, dude. Because I'll talk about it almost every day. I'm like, yeah, I saw this guy doing this, and Ben Wolf, and Tugs, he's from Alabama. Ben Wolf, like, I don't know, dude. It's like my new thing. So, but another thing about me, this is probably the longest that I've stuck consistently with like one hobby outside of guitar. I've done that for years, but then even like doing this kind of got me back into kind of what you were saying, like just the muscle memory, and because I was playing every day up until like 2 years ago, and then it was like whenever I had time and whatever, that kind of stuff. But now I'm like, 20 minutes every day, just sit down, and so much comes back to you and all that. But I'm usually like, I can do book binding and all these different like things that I've learned over the years. I'll do it for like 2 weeks, and then I move on to something. But it's like a rotating cycle. But this is like,
yeah, it grabs you the way music does, and the same way. And it's funny because you mentioned, Kill Tony's on tonight, which we both are probably going to text each other back and forth on.
Which is on right now, actually.
Is it? Okay. Well,
9 o'clock.
I should actually let you get back to your stream so you can finish up your stream. And I want to come back in the comments. But what I wanted to say was, like, music, pottery, they all are connected. And even comedians. Like, all the comedians want to be musicians. Musicians want to be artists. Artists want to be musicians. And it just is a huge circle of the same thing. And when it all boils down to it, and you'll see it in your throwing, but you'll see it in your guitar playing too, is when or whatever music, whatever instrument you're playing, there's a tension and release in certain music. That's why you like Snarky Puppy.
Yes.
So you mentioned Snarky Puppy. So like in Lingus, how it's going crazy.
Yeah.
But then it calms down. That's the release of the tension. And then he builds up that solo to the point where it's about to go to the moon. It goes to the moon, but then it levels out and plateaus, and that's your release.
And then they go thump, thump, bump, and then they go. Oh, dude, that song blows my mind. But no, absolutely.
That's a example of what's happening on the wheel too, though. That's where I'm getting at. Like, so you have your tension, your release, but you're having your tension and release happen in movement instead of happening in sound, or as good comedians do. They have that lull moment, then they bring you up to the plateau, they bring you back down, and then it's all tension and release, and it's all connected that way. So
that's a great.
It sounds a little ethereal or whatever you want to call it.
I honestly, I kind of function on that level. I totally agree with what you're saying. And whatever. Now this is getting ethereal. It's kind of like yin yang. Like that's like the main principle. It's the push and pull of everything, right? So this might be a surprise to people, but I have a tattoo, which is crazy. I know. No, but I have like you're familiar with Modest Mouse. I think I asked you that in one of your lives.
Oh, yeah.
So one of their album covers is like a hot air balloon with an anchor on it. And that's like Isaac Brock's, like, who's the lead singer. That's his interpretation of yin yang. So I got that tattooed on my shoulder, which I know I got an album cover tattoo or whatever. Which I was 16.
It's kind of a somewhat play on the band name Led Zeppelin. Like it's it's a heavy thing that should not be heavy, or an anchor holding down something that needs to fly away. It's kind of like a play on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Being anchored down when something wants to go up. I think that's cool. And I only got this one, and you can't see, but I have a C, and that's my wife's name.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
People said it's bad luck to have a tattoo on your thing, but I I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. I'm not superstitious. But I have to say, when you're on a potter's wheel, and if you ever get a ring on that finger, take that ring off, man.
Dude, yeah, man.
You're going to rip that finger right off your hand.
Yeah. Because I like the word working and stuff, right? And the most dangerous stuff is that stuff that goes round and round. And yeah, I'm not messing that. I'm not messing with that. You know, things that go back and forth, that's one thing, but things that go round and round, you don't mess with round and round.
Even back and forth, man. It's almost like if you're gonna like. I know people that wear like rubber bands or like a rubber ring during the day.
Yeah.
And then at night or whenever you guys go out to eat or whatever you do, put on the real one. You don't want to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
But on this note, dude, I'm so happy for you. I'm going to let you go back to your life. You need to catch up on a lot of chat.
Yeah.
I'm so thrilled to be your first guest on the Fresh Cup of Joel channel.
That's right.
And,
I'm thrilled too,
I appreciate you doing that and having me on. And we will we'll have more of these. And hopefully YouTube will figure it out so we can do it live together and in real fashion.
Yeah, yeah. Then they can actually see you. So.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I'm sorry everybody to take you away from Joel, but you can have him back now. I'm gonna go. And really good to see you in person and talk face to face like this. I'm not one for face to face on video very often, but this has been a pleasure. So
likewise, yeah. Awesome.
All right, buddy. You stay classy and keep doing the pottery. Don't ever give up, and you'll be hearing from me soon, man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Catch you on the flip side.
Yeah, you're on the flip side.
Oh, I left the YouTube app. I gotta turn it down here. Muted. Perfect. That's what we're going for. Ryder. Are you guys being mean? They're part of my pottery pack and are just chatting. Yeah, I've been here the whole time. If you're honestly that upset, you might as well just unsubscribe now, because that's kind of sad to me. Ben is a buddy of mine, and he's a great resource. So if you guys are upset that I'm going to be talking to him every now and again, you better get used to it. Too far was fun, but now you're just being mean. Yeah, Ryder can chill out or get out. It's all fun and games until somebody hurts my feelings. Yeah, get off the GTA 6 jokes, man. That's old news. Nobody likes that game anyways. This one's all lumpy, clumpy, and bumpy, too. I'm just getting to know. How's it going, Leah? We got a mod here. Nice. We've been modless for a while. Sorry, ladies, for taking... Yeah, exactly, Ben, honestly. I guess they're getting kind of sour about it. They're getting a little jealous. I get it, guys. I'm a pretty cool dude, but I'm going to do what I want. Half a brain. How does it feel, bud? I got a bone to pick with you, says Ryder. Half a brain. How does what feel? The clay? Feels good. I'm still here for it. Oh, right on. Yeah, Ryder's like, he's riding the edge of me hiding him from the channel, maybe permanently. Because if you can't handle that, me chatting with somebody every now and again, you're gonna be blowing up chat. I gotta reread this later, and then I'll. Yeah, go ahead, Ryder. That's fine. Come on, what's up, brother? Yeah, I got no problem with people unsubscribing. That's genuinely probably for the best if this is gonna be how you're being, man. The walls. So I got lumpy, bumpy, wild clay here, so not the best. I maybe got these ones a little bit thin, but you can see if I slow it down as it comes around, there's a lot of like, I mean, maybe you can't see it, maybe I can just feel it. But like there, that part of the pot, right there, that's really lumpy bumpy. What the heck did I walk into? So Ben and I were doing, just can't wait for Fresh Cup of Joel and Ben with Potter. Yeah, that's right. We do. We should make a podcast, man. No. Maybe someday, but. Joel, you cool. Don't take that shit from some jerk. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It is what it is. They can say what they want, but, you know. I honestly miss so much stuff. And it seems like all messages retracted, so maybe they did leave, which was fine by me. Leah, Ben and I were just doing like a Discord chat, but it was kind of off to the side. So, Ryder, you know people mess around. You can't take people seriously. I thought we learned this already in Chancellor. Well, yeah. You know, I don't know. I don't know about that, but yeah, we were just doing a live or a Discord chat. I guess I'll never be able to see the chats because they're all retracted there. But I don't know. Apparently, he was getting a little butthurt about it. Start for you. Good job for not doing it long. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're day 24 today of. I might just adjust the number because I did do one other day of doing pottery. Like one session with Muirhead Pottery in the chat, MUIRHEAD. Definitely check him out. If you like what I'm doing, you will love what he's doing because he's got a lot of more experience than me. But yeah, 25 odd sessions here. Couple little lessons, but I didn't really throw. And I don't know what the heck that were those for actual woolly. But other than that, yeah, just over a month in of doing pottery in general. You're very welcome, Muirhead. You deserve it. Now I feel bad for Joel. Me back. Okay. Ryder's just clowning now. My brother said he cursed someone out. Oh, the brother trick, yeah. I'm not new on the internet, that's for sure. He was just saying shit was boring. They've been talking too long. He was bored. Yeah, so go watch something else. Dude, if I mess up your live, I'm sorry. Do not be sorry, Ben. Like I said, this live is for me. And like we were talking about, it's to be able to look back. And I hope that Muirhead and I can do something like that in the future, and maybe even Chad if he's got the time, maybe Swan City, whoever, because I want to look back on it. And you know what? like Ryder's not gonna make or break the stream. I appreciate everyone being here. Who's here? I appreciate all the likes there. I see almost 30 likes. I super appreciate that. But you cannot. I'm not letting one person who was just a little bit upset change that, dude. Because I get more value out of having to talk with you while I'm doing pottery, and I'm going to be live streaming while I'm doing pottery. Than I do out of someone being upset that I was talking with you. So, and there you go. Raven says thank you for the tips. So other people got some value out of that as well, which is great. Hopefully, like we were saying, someday we can do it like live, so they could see what you're doing too. But they could kind of see me working through it too. So 40 likes and he will fart. That could be true. I almost left Ben off with a fart there, but he said he's not the kind of guy to fart on a live stream, which I think is kind of lame, but I thought he was a real man there from Connecticut. It's a strictly Canadian thing. Simply Canadian. Yeah, that's good, Joel. I like your positive mindset. Well, thank you. Like, as much as I'm like, oh, it'd be cool to get the monetization and all that stuff, build the channel. I genuinely think what will help me gain the audience that I would like is just to be like, show how I'm feeling, I'm not gassy like you maple syrup drinking. Ryder's young. We were all young once. No, yeah, for sure. But, yeah, I mean, doesn't mean you get to cuss people up in the stream. What? How do you know? Probably your behavior in general. The whole live stream chats were great. It was just right at the end. A couple people were jealous. You know who you are. Yeah. You know who you are. Hella Ramses. Sakes. I gotta move this a little closer now. I moved it back so Ben could get a bit of a better view of the wheel there. I hope you can see okay there. It's only clear you are. Sorry if I messed your stream up. I don't know what you said. So I don't think this is messed up. But I appreciate the apology. As a Canadian, that means a lot. I don't know if I'm going to get this one off the... Yeah. This clay is way too ooey gooey. All right. Where are we at? Almost 2 hours, eh? Eh? But yeah, people like live streamers who are just themselves. And yeah, I mean, whatever. If it's like... I'm sorry. I don't know. I think he was swearing and stuff, is my understanding, but I don't really know. It really depends on what was said. I couldn't really read chat when that was going on, but he said the A Canadian punchline. Yeah. Eh? It's just a classic vocal tick that we all have up here. Sorry, I shouldn't have removed them. He did beep them out, but it was like F this and F that. Yeah, well, it's just, see, what I kind of don't like is that you're clearly taking advantage of the fact that I wasn't reading chat, which I don't know. It is what it is, and I can't be like too upset because I don't know, it just is what it is. But also like not really they're the coolest. Unknown Go. Hello, Boro. Hello. What's a Boro? Thanks for wanting to keep this chat clean, Leah. That's a true leader you are, says Adrian. Leah's a great mod. Leah has been really good in Ugg Chugs, and I believe in Bed and Bolts you are a mod as well. My mom was positive, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it. I tried. No, well, I appreciate you. And that's, there's no obligations to be doing that, and I really appreciate that you were doing that. I don't know. It's nice to know that there's people out there watching the chat, keeping it clean for me. It's just like I don't know. It just like as much as it's not a huge deal, it does make me kind of a little bit peeved that it was happening. But you deserve a nice talk with Home Slice. Yeah, man. Pottery and I are. What did I just say? Pottery and I. Ben Wolf. That was really nice. It was nice to get to talk to him on the live stream. We've talked a couple times on the phone, and but it was nice to be on the wheel, and get some live tips. No, we don't talk about Mod Club again. But can I be mod? Not if you ask, unfortunately. That's like the number one way to at least lengthen the time in which it will take you to become a mod. But you have been here a lot, Master Gamer. So it's not like out of the question, but definitely it takes back like another month. Finally leaving the studio, 9:23. I've been here since 12 p.m. Wow, that's a good day. Put a good day in. Lewis Brown. What part of Canada? I'm from Maine. Was more close to Grand Falls, just across the U.S. border. I'm in southwestern Ontario. The closest like city, I'm kind of like between Kitchener, Waterloo, and Owen Sound in the sticks. Not like I expect you to know exactly where that is or anything, but never mind. Don't worry, that's just the way it is. Maybe someday, Master Gaming. Oh, you're also sweet. Thank you. Oh, you deserve all the kind words, Leah. You really do. I think you have a good judgment of like, hey, this is too much. Yeah, and you're in here. You're in all the Pottery streams. Yes, Hello Random and Leah are trusted for sure. I guess, yeah, Hello Random. I should put you. I watch Outfish Ontario every day. He's cool AF. I'm not familiar. Is that a YouTube channel? Or is that a TV show? Probably a YouTube channel. I'll check him out. Lots of great. Like we got lakes on lakes up here, so there's probably a lot of fishing content. And I do like myself a good weekend fishing. Master Gaming said, "You really do deserve all the love you get." I'm assuming that's Tilia. Yes, it is true. She be modding. Yeah, Hello Random I should give them mod. Yeah, their name's on the screen here. Let's do this. Master Gaming's probably. Oh, glitched out. Outdoor or Outfish Ontario is a channel. I'll definitely have to check that out. Do you know? Is he in this area, like southwestern Ontario? Probably not. It's probably more north. Boop. Boop. Oops. Boop. Boop. Doopity doop. There you go. I almost gave him the power, but only Ben's got the power. He's in the steel mining city, so like Orangeville, I think. Steel mining? Nickel mining is in Sudbury. Steel mining, huh? Because like not Orangeville. Hamilton's like the steel town here. Master Gaming boop. Boop. Oh, yell too much. I try. I'm a free speed absolute 99% of the time, so it's hard for me at first. But I read it. Yeah, 3 and 4 year olds. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I say a lot of stuff that's probably not great for 3 and 4 year olds, but it's just kind of for me like the situation. It's kind of like, I expected it, like half expected it, but it kind of did surprise me a little bit that people were doing that. Leah and Hello Random pulled some bad talk out of my lives not long ago. I appreciate everyone that helps. Muirhead, Leah, Upchugs, ASMR, Sabrina, Swan City. Yeah, they're all great. What? Hello Random. Looking good in blue. It's okay. My communism isn't enough for mod. My communism? What are you talking about? That's a Canada being communist joke. It's not true. Yeah, I love how you didn't mention me in that, man. Thanks. I'm just joking. All jokes. Apparently, I'm getting Mod of the Year award, a plaque. I'm gonna hang that with pride. That's what he said anyway. He promised. Adrian, congrats on Mod. It's not. I mean, yeah. Don't feel like I can't have everyone in chat be a mod either. But, yeah, too. I read stuff from trolls sometimes and yank it like, don't you dare talk about my peeps like that. That's right. I don't need to reference you. You have an award coming. Hey, so I love your work. I'll do my best. Awesome. Thank you, Hello Random. I appreciate the commitment. Or whatever. The gung-ho-ness. I don't know if that's like a Canadian thing. She's a great moderator. Yeah. Hella random. As I figured. Yeah. Sometimes I do forget. Because Hella Random is just like it's such a random name. So it's funny because it's not like I think I just don't assign a gender necessarily in my mind. But Elfish, I don't have any mods. Does it all himself. I came across this musician, and I mean, he was doing it himself as well, and he would yell at people for saying stuff because there's 10-year-olds in his chat or whatever. He'd say, I have 10-year-olds watching. But then, like, he would be playing a song, and you just see the most ridiculous stuff be put in his chat, like Palestine and all that stuff, which I probably shouldn't even said that word because I could flag my stream. But, like, I was just like, and I wasn't going like, oh, I'll be a mod for you or anything. I was just like, you should consider moderate, because it seemed like he was newer on YouTube and he did Twitch and TikTok, and I was like, you should consider some mods here because it's the Wild West. People can type in pretty much whatever they want, and they were bunch of stuff about that tragedy, in 2001. Pretty sad, actually, the way people were talking about it. Joel, I understand that you only select the true ones, and one day we will be there in one channel or another. Right on. Yeah. Are you still talking to Ben? No, TRX, I am not. I'm just messing about with the mud. Thanks, Ben. You put that one in motion. Nice of you. Honestly, you're here like every stream too, which is like an important thing. So hella random that is, and a lot of people. But man, these walls are crying. Too thin. I think if I walk at the line sometimes because I don't pull things I would on my own stream, for example, in some streams. And then I'll pull things I would roll my not allow. Everyone's line is vastly different. I'm learning. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there is a big variance. I mean, it's as variable as like people's personalities, right? You know, I like warnings. I like to give like a lot, like, you know, just be like, hey, that wasn't cool, and that can happen like 5-6 times before I'm really like, okay, just cut it out. But there's been a couple times where, like, I don't know, and if I see one bread in chat, the stream's getting shut down. Because there's one night, and I thought it was Ben Wolf's doing, because I was like, I wonder if he's just doing this because I'm like I don't know if he remembers or not, because I know he I mean, I'm not whatever. But like, I have celiac disease, and I was like, maybe he's like telling people to say bread because he knows I can't eat it, because that's something like what my friends would do. But that's not the case. Oh yeah, I hesitate a lot more in yours. Mostly worried about community guideline violations more than anything. Yeah, true. Like, it is just or said to me, oh right, Leah, you could tell me mine. I don't really care. I have to read quick and not say what they write. Yeah, no. That's what I'm talking about, Master Gaming. That's why you're not mod. Because I literally said I'd shut it down if I saw that, and then boom. And you probably are like, that's so funny. That definitely was not me. I would have had them say maple syrup. Yeah, no. I was like, it's funny, but then I was like, this is getting like out of hand. And I mean, whatever. One bread is like one bread, but it was just like people were. I don't know. Personally, if I scroll past the stream, I just saw a bunch of people throwing bread. It's a meme. It's not about you. I don't even know you couldn't eat bread. That's not the point. It's this like the spamminess of it. And then I got clay hands, so I can't even take care of it. But if I was like popping through lives and then I just saw a chat full of bread, I'd be like, this is a bunch of kids here. But it's a TikTok. Some kind of TikTok thing. I looked it up. So I was like, this seems. And then it started happening to Ben. But that was my bad because I brought it up because I genuinely thought that I was like, maybe he did do that. But no, maple syrup definitely seems more up his alley. Call me like syrup breath or something. I did say, Master Gaming, I will say, it's not a big deal because I understand you guys are just messing around. But like, I did say that in the live. I was like, this isn't cool because I can't eat bread. So somebody's not paying attention. Now I just am coming off like a prude who wants to have no fun, but that's not. I think I'm just getting a little sleep, but what time is it? 9:30. Oh no. I'm not gonna be able to watch any of Kill Tony tonight. I think I left that spinning too fast. There's lots of water on it. Have I ever had to remove a mod? No. Maybe I'd have him bring up a specific Canadian child singer. I need my red Tukey on. No, I haven't had to remove him on before. But Ben Wolf, he's cutting it close. When it will be a son trying to get along with people. I've had a history. Trying to get along with people. I've had a history of people making fun of me. I mean, sounds like life. I feel like people get made fun of a lot. I was like tortured in high school, man. It was insane. I had my hair set on fire, like a bunch of random stuff. It was, yeah, out of nowhere too. Well, you know what? It wasn't out of nowhere. People knew me because I played guitar in the hallway, and then like I don't know, people just didn't like it. But I was that weird kid, always doing art, always sitting in the hallway playing guitar. And then one day, some dude literally just walks by, lights my hair on fire. The whole I had really long hair, like in that some of those pictures on Discord. Lewis Brown, I sub. You seem like good people. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Lewis. I'll be doing this pretty much every day. I take a day or two off a week, but I'm usually out here for I try to go minimum an hour and a half. But yeah, it was Yikes is right. It was not high school was not a good time for this guy. That Leah, she's a real troublemaker. Yeah, she gets super sassy once in a while. Yep. You're on the chopping block. No, yeah, high school wasn't fun. I mean, I had a lot of good times, but I definitely college was the shit. That was another bread that you just retracted, Master Gaming. I swear. I wish you could see retracted messages. I'm just messing around. It's Gomer Pyle. I don't know. I'll have to look up. I'll have to look up who that is. I think it's I sound like our national bird, the Canadian goose, but that's what I've been told. Or Hans and Franz from I think that's a SNL band. Ben should know that one. Yeah. You guys are way older than me. I'm just a young buck. All right, should I do one more? Your head is, I don't know if that's a sarcastic statement, but genuinely, he is a really nice and funny gentleman. Oh, Muir, I have another one, but I can't say it. After you just said all that stuff about being made fun of. Oh, well, okay. I'm different now, man. I'm different now. That was different. Words are words. Physical harassment. It's against the freaking law. So that kid is in jail now as an adult, and I think he deserves it. Especially given what he did. So no, Ben, you can. I'm not trying to start a pity party here. I was just letting out a little piece of my soul. Well, Master Gamer was talking about being made fun of. Sure, Joel, I can't control the guy with all the power. Hairlighter's in jail. He is in prison, actually. Jail is, I guess, not the right term because jail is like overnight. But he is in prison, just joking around. Yeah, no, we're all just joking around. We are all good, man. Actually, well, I am a weird, ugly person who likes pottery. Well, join the club. And I don't know, if you're under 18, don't say your age. I don't know how old you are. But if you saw me when I was like 14, compared to now, you'd be like, what the heck? Not saying I'm super handsome or anything, but read above. In high school was so bad for me. I got called Adriana, got called Epsler, all sorts of names that I did not like in high school. Yeah, being called like homosexual to me, it hit way different because I knew some people who were like really struggling with that stuff. And so I never really appreciated, even like as a joke. But at the same time, with like my good friends, when we were out camping and whatever, we say that stuff to each other a lot. And there's so many other reasons to like people than just a couple little things. Hello, random ditto. Yeah, I was, you know what, the funniest moment, I think back at it, there's this guy who was like, I don't know, 14, dealing like cocaine in my town. And one day during gym class, he comes up, he says, like, you're gay because you smile too much. And I was like, that, honestly, right when he said that, I was like, that is the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life, dude. And I don't know. I felt that wasn't lighter guy. But, and I actually hope he's doing well. I have best wishes for most people, but that lighter dude was something else. And then he did something really awful, and that's why he's where he is, and hopefully for a very long time. Will you accept it? One time I made something, took it, then showed it to his friend. They admire him, but not me. Showing cheat is a sign of power. Yeah. If you joke about it, then it's different. But if you call people that to be rude, that's a bully, and that's not right. I agree. I'm a wolf, I know. Well, you got accepted at one time, and I made something, and somebody took it and then showed it to his friends, and they admire him, not me. So someone took credit for something that you did, is what you were saying there, Master Gamer? Because that's just like, I don't know. It's hard when you're in it, but genuinely, like, you know the truth of that situation, and if that person keeps on doing that, they will learn a hard lesson eventually. This just is how I like to think the world works. It's not maybe always the case. There's some real cheaters, cheapskates, and a-holes out there who are doing really well for themselves. But I personally think that they're miserable, a lot of them. Those people who do stuff like that. But I don't know if I'm quite reading that right. But if I understand that, as somebody is taking credit for your stuff that you've made and showing it to others, and they're like, oh, this is great. People get jealous of people that smile. They can't handle people being happy. They had no idea you're probably laughing at them. Yeah. Well, growing up, what I've learned is, especially about this individual, is that they had a very, very rough home life. And I didn't know it at the time. I was definitely seen as someone with a really good home life, and I did have a really good home life for the majority. Like, my parents are great people. So that's kind of how I look at it. Like, they were projecting their kind of suffering onto me because that's probably what they were taught to be. And that's just something, it might be copium, which is just like, people trying to cope with stuff in their life, whatever. But I genuinely believe that he was just really sad and then was being mean to me. Just because you're happy doesn't mean you're a nerd. Oh, well, that's true. To be honest, every joke has some truth, and you wouldn't joke with someone about anything if you didn't think that thought of them, which makes a joke rude in that sense. I think every good joke has a kernel of truth, but I don't think that somebody just coming up and being rude to someone is necessarily like a joke. You know what I mean? That totally depends on like context and stuff. But if you're going up and just calling people like the F slur and being like saying weird stuff to them, like there's definitely been times where people have said some really off-color things to me, and then they're just like, I'm just messing around. And I'm like, how could you possibly think that that's just messing around? Like, there's no other way to take what you just said other than you were trying to make me upset, Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In the long run, it really doesn't mean anything, Hey, ASMR, how's it going? You've come into a very interesting conversation, that's for sure. Oops. Quickles. New clay? Yeah, this is the stuff that the wild clay that I processed down. Ben was saying use your thumb. I might just do that. Yeah, so this is clay that was given to me by a coworker that I levigated and strained and all that fun stuff. Hung up to dry, and now I'm trying to throw it. It's really soft though, so I have been having intermittent success. I might be secretly related to you because I agree all the way. I think everybody is literally, factually, everybody is related to each other in some way. That is just a fact. And that way is that we are all the same creature. We are all human beings. I like to connect through consciousness. We all are conscious. We all know what it feels like to be upset, to be hurt, to be heard, to be loved, to be hated. We all know those feelings. Right? So if you can connect on those levels with other people, knowing that it's if you don't know what it's like to be conscious, you're sick in some way, right? That's my personal belief. And that's where as much as mental health can have its ups and downs and whatever, I don't know how else to put that. I could probably articulate that better. We are brothers and sisters. That is right. And to laugh, you're absolutely right. We all know to laugh. It's not hard to just be a good person in life. No, I agree. That's why, I don't know. I work with a lot of people. In my town, we've been having a big influx of East Indian people moving in, and some people just say the most crazy stuff about yeah, amen, that's right, you're absolutely right, we are all brothers and sisters, and if we could just learn to, it's takes such a modicum of effort, so it takes more effort to be a dickhead than it does just to be a nice person. I've always thought that you got to be so tired at the end of the day thinking about all these crazy things to say to other people, or the energy that it takes to genuinely feel hate. I understand joking around and all that is one thing, but to truly be carrying around all that negative energy is just and I kind of know from experience, I wasn't always this same guy you're seeing now. I used to carry a lot of resentment and stuff, a lot of baggage, and that's why they call it baggage. All that being said, you're missing watching Kill Tony right now, Joel. I know it. I really do want to. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. All this being said, I love watching people roast each other and be really Tony Hinchcliffe is I don't know. He's putting on a show, but even some of the behind the scenes stuff, dude, he can be quite the interesting person. But you are absolutely right, Lewis Brown. Being a nice person, it's really not hard. It is like 10. I missed half the show. I don't know. I might just watch the VOD tomorrow. I like how I've done this a lot, where I clean the whole thing up and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I just don't quite like it. I think I can do another pull or two. And then I mess it all up again. But we'll see if this one makes it off the wheel. Part of the softness of this clay is that, like, as I'm lifting it up, it just is folding in on itself. It happened with most of the pieces today. That seems to be like the main failure point. Other than having really like uneven like, I want to say viscosities, which is kind of true, but not quite the right word. Just moisture content levels. Wow, 36 likes. Thank you, everybody, for the likes. Got 17 people watching. It said 22 on my iPad. It's blowing my mind how many people are coming through in a stream now. I'm like, the analytics are like, yeah, you got like 2K people that stopped and watched. Really cool to see. Oh, brother. I got in the weeds, guys. I got too deep in the weeds there. But one thing I will say about us all being brothers and sisters, I do want to say this. I did travel a lot as a kid with a group called Children's International Summer Villages. And the entire purpose of this program, it's a worldwide program, is to introduce children to other children from other cultures, right? And the main focus is to understand that we are all just people. Remember, if you get to 40, fart. And like, nothing exemplified that more than just meeting people that were from completely separate sides of the earth that related on the most basic stuff. It was really, really cool experiences. I'd love to like talk about that more sometime. But not tonight. Ben's probably gone now, watching Kill Tony. Yeah, this is. Ben's like, I can't watch this hippie talk anymore. I gotta see Tony. Can you go tell my mother? Oops. Frick. Can you go tell my mother that she's my sister? I don't know what you're talking about. If you go up to someone and shove them again. If you go up to someone and shove them against, like, to protect your sister, considered bullying? I wouldn't have to leave and do that without you, Ben. Carrie Joy says, hi, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm just wrapping up here. I'm going to clean off the wheel. And then I'll kind of show the little pieces that I did today out of the wild clay. And I'm dipping in. if you are protecting your sister, you're shoving someone protecting your sister. Context. If you didn't have to do it, you know, I don't know. I don't know these people, so. All right, so that's what I did today. Pretty wonky world here. Thank you, Hello Random. Wonky world with the wild clay. The last one wonked out. I couldn't really get him off the wheel very nicely. But it is what it is. Great job tonight. Thank you, and thank you for calling in. I appreciate that. Muirhead, whether we do the same thing that Ben and I did, or if luck is on our side, we will do. Thank you. There he is. He's very nice, Joel. Thank you. Yeah, we gotta do something on a live together sometime. And my canoe! When canoes attack, I told you guys on the last stream when I tripped over this guy. They're out to get you. They don't like you. We will. Good job, Joel. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jeremy. Let me get this muck off my arms, and then I might. Anybody who's still kicking around, I'll go to the table and I'll show off all the stuff that I've done, even though most of you have probably seen it a million times. Thanks for streaming tonight and for the wonderful stream. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate that. Yeah, Ben's, he's just getting his thumb ready to clip that. You know? There's a deep history between Canadians and canoes, and it's tumultuous to say the least. Boom, I didn't drop you guys this time. Hang that up. Do you think should take a pottery class? For sure. It's the best time. So these two are wild clay as well. This is what it looks like when they're dried. So these are like bone dry now. These are leather hardish, a little past leather hard. This was from, I think, the night before I went camping. It might be. I kind of really like this shape, you know. I'm liking those for little vase, maybe a little bit taller and stuff. Some kind of mugular shapes. Look at them all, yeah. It's like an actual pottery studio-esque type situation, and all the fresh stuff. I have to lean over my canoe because I'm still working on hanging that up. But like these are all bone dry now. Where is it? This one back here. This is the first bowl that I ever made. So this one I'm going to keep it. The rest of the bowls, I think I'm going to reclaim. A couple of the cups back there I'm keeping. Some of the bud vases. Here's another one. I got to really lean in here because of this canoe. Get that in the light. This one, I really like the shape of this one too. If it gets too cold, yeah, Ben was talking about that. Hello, Random. I do have to move them inside. I'm thinking of setting up like a little pottery shelf down in the basement. It won't get freezing down there. It'll get pretty cold, but it won't get freezing. Thank you for all the claps, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go watch some comedy, I think, just after 2. So, again, thank you guys for joining. If you like what you see here, I'm sure a lot of you are already.
check out House Tour. Yeah, right. Ugchugs, check out Ben Wolf Pottery. Check out Muirhead. That's Muirhead because it's kind of a tough one. No offense, Muirhead. It's a toughie. Swan City Ceramics. SJM Ceramics. I hope that he's coming back. He's going through some personal stuff. Hopefully he comes back in the near future. Really love that guy. Yeah, catch you on the flip side, Ben. And no to the house tour. Absolutely not. You also have a good night. Hello, random. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Vaughn Smith is another guy. Highly recommend. Really good tutorials if you're trying to do this on your own. Oh, brother. There's a million of you. You know who you are. And appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. I got to go shave. I look like a hobo. Hey, you don't give yourself enough credit, man. You're doing great. Not just with the party learning, but the channel, streaming, all that. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Thank you. No, it's a classic. That's just me. That's a Canadian thing. Some of us are kind of cocky, but I tend to try to stay humble, like Kendrick. Bye, y'all. Have a good night. Sleep well. But yep, cool. All right, everybody. I'm done here. Peace out. Stay well and stay classy. All right. Bye.